Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please support by subscribing and also click on the bell button for more updates. At a current non-public dinner for buddies hosted with the aid of using Charles and Camilla at Clarence's house, the king's visitors had been shocked with the aid of using his apparent reluctance to confront his son Harry over his disloyalty. In the face of a couple of smears, indiscretions and provocations, Charles betrayed certainly considered one among his cardinal weaknesses: a constitutional unwillingness to confront non-public issues head-on. Rather than combat for uncritical principle, Charles disclosed to his visitors he desired to shrink back from a sour battle. And so it got here. Is no marvel to examine yesterday's newspaper account of proposals for a mooted peace summit, with palace sources quoted as pronouncing that the king would possibly forget about Harry's treachery and deceit over the last week and seek reconciliation with the aid of admitting his errors. At a current non-public dinner for buddies hosted with the aid of using Charles and Camilla at Clarence's house, the king's visitors had been shocked with the aid of using his apparent reluctance to confront his son Harry over his disloyalty. In the face of a couple of smears, indiscretions and provocations, Charles betrayed certainly considered one among his cardinal weaknesses: a constitutional unwillingness to confront non-public issues head-on. Such a proposal need to have really stunned Britain's monarchists, a constituency that makes up the considerable majority of King Charles's subjects. The very concept that he would possibly succumb to strain from his more youthful son indicates that Buckingham Palace's officers worry they may be dropping manipulate of the narrative. The revelation, which could nicely have given them maximum pause, became Harry's declare that he had junked to half of the very last manuscript due to its length, the clean implication being that any other 400 pages of embarrassing revelations and vitriolic accusations may be posted with inside the close to future. No one is aware of higher than Charles that Harry has slightly scratched the floor with regards to his tumultuous marriage to Diana, his tough dating together, along with his very own dad and mom, and his adulterous dating with Camilla. The embattled king is aware of he has desirable motive to worry his son. Charles's clear-up is likewise weakened with the aid of using guilt. He is satisfactorily self-conscious to recognize that, with inside the wake of Diana's death, he became however the supportive father he must have been. All too often, at weekends and for the duration of college holidays, Harry became left with inside the care of his nanny at Highgrove at the same time as his father pursued his very own hobbies or nestled in any other domestic with Camilla. The chickens, Harry would possibly say, have now come domestic to roost. One of the maximum poignant and revealing charges attributed to Charles in Harry's book is the king's plea to his sons following Prince Philip's funeral: "Please, boys, don't make my very last years a misery." In that one sentence, Charles uncovered his vulnerability. His reign, he feared, may be wrecked with the aid of using Harry and Meghan. Rather than combat for uncritical principle, Charles disclosed to his visitors he desired to shrink back from a sour battle. Prince Harry's book, Spare, became launched on January 10 and fast have become one of the quickest promoting non-fiction books ever, and homing in on any human weak point appears to me to be Meghan's speciality. Just as she humiliated her very own father and dumped her own circle of relatives and plenty of buddies, she seems vengeful towards Harry's own circle of relatives for perceived slights. Hence Harry pronouncing remaining weak that his own circle of relatives must apologize. Thank for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the icon bottom for notifications.